Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, is the PC muscle race himself, LeRon Dawkins.
What's going on, everybody?
Also joining us is the mad pharmacist herself, Stephanie Klimov.
Cheers.
And back in the building is none other than that retro code, Eddie V.
Woohoo!
Yo, what is up, everybody? I'm so happy to be here, be in the building with you guys. So excited and just so thankful. So thank you for having me.
I love that energy.
Ed, we've podcasted more in the last week and a half than we have in like 3 months, I swear.
Exactly. Talking all things Nintendo, touching on Xbox, Sony, just talking
mostly
about games.
Nintendo, let's be honest. Mostly Nintendo.
Yeah.
Even when we were on Crossroads, we pulled it out. Sorry, LeRon.
It's always been pulled out like that.
Oh, all y'all were on Crossroads last night?
Yeah.
Yep.
Stephanie,
Oh.
Sorry, Stephanie, you were invited.
Wow. Okay, I see how it is.
It's LeRon's show. I just was invited. He sent me a text, and I said, "Hey, yeah, sure. Who's not showing up?" And then he didn't text me back because he was too busy being
Valentine.
Yeah.
Valentine.
So.
Oh, how romantic.
Hope it wasn't that Valentine-y. Hey-o.
Oh, I get it. Ah.
Anyways, how's everyone doing? I was proud of myself for that joke, by the way. It was very terrible, but it's okay.
I'm doing well this week. I mean, you know, it's Wednesday. It's we're over the hump now. So I mean, all we got to do is yes.
Uh-oh.
I just looking at an updated list of a new list of games that would be playable on the Stream Deck.
Ooh.
I like what I. I
Here's
like what
LeRon not paying attention again.
I know, there he goes.
I was paying attention.
You know what's better
Hold
than
on,
a PC?
hold
A
on.
handheld PC, and I'm looking at stuff for PC
hold on,
stuff. PC.
So you're telling me right now you're not excited? You wouldn't be excited to play Forza Horizon 5 on the Steam Deck?
I can play
Dude,
it on my
LeRon.
phone.
LeRon, send me the link because I've been trying to keep track of what's going to be on the Steam Deck because guess who's getting a Steam Deck?
You are.
But
And
I'm
you know
in like
what?
the second wave though.
Look.
And now I can finally admit that I'm jealous because like I did not have any interest in the Steam Deck until you started talking to me about it.
Look,
That's what
LeRon,
I do. Oh,
I
thanks.
can hook this up to this and play it.
Yeah. Was it cloud? What did Microsoft call it?
It's
xCloud?
called it's called Xbox Cloud Gaming is what it's called. Okay.
Yeah.
Get it
But
right.
I mean, we have freaking Disgaea 4 Complete. We have
I
Forza
got that
Horizon
on here.
5, Monster Hunter Rise, Knights of Azure,
Got that on here.
Order of War, Persona 4 Golden,
Wow, you're
Resident
just
Evil
naming a
0,
bunch of
and
Switch
Revelations
games.
2.
You're just
What?
naming a bunch of Switch games, except for Forza Horizon, which I can play on my phone. And I
Yakuza
actually
4
haven't even
Or-
played it in like, I don't know, since November when it came out. I played for a good week and it was fun, and then I played Halo.
Hey, this
Wow.
this is a nice list because I
Yeah.
have Forza Horizon on Xbox, but if it's all about portability for me, so this is amazing.
The only thing is
Yeah.
Steam Deck doesn't support Game Pass unless you like open it up.
And break it like everybody else plans to do.
Yeah.
All right,
What's up?
and also according to this, let me see. Skyrim, Fallout 4, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, nice.
It's a good game.
Pathfinder, Doom
So it's-
Eternal, Far
so
Cry.
So it's not everything that's already on Steam,
Oh,
right?
th-
That's
yeah,
the-
well, they had said way early that don't expect like every individual title that's available on Steam to be playable on the Steam Deck because
Yeah.
things still have to like be worked out in that ecosystem. Like this isn't a Windows ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Ed, I was the dumbass that made a mistake that got excited while waiting for my Steam Deck. I just bought a bunch of games on Steam, and guess what? One of them, I forgot the name of it. Someone tell me. But it's the one where you blink and the game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
The one Grace is talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was on sale. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy it so I can
Eyes
play on the
or
Steam
something?
Deck. Tell me why? No.
No, before your eyes.
Before your eyes.
But guess what? Steam Deck doesn't have a a camera lens thing, so I don't know what the fuck to do.
Just you'll be fine. Just play it on your
cool thing.
computer.
Well, hold on. The cool thing about the Steam Deck though is Steam just released like not SDKs for it, but they released like all sorts of like stuff that people can get and like figure things out and actually start making accessories for the Steam Deck.
Whoa, okay.
Like a development kit almost?
Not like a development kit, no. Because I'm not sure if they want people tinkering with the actual like ins and outs of the actual hardware itself, but people will be able to start making accessories and add-ons and stuff, for it. It's like I don't know, shit. It's like it feels like it's fucking open source.
Wow.
That's what. Yeah. But it felt like with the Steam Deck, I think when they first announced it, they were just like with the games that's in your library, you could carry over and play.
Yeah, they were kind of they kind of pulled a fast one on that one. I knew that was too good to be true, but shit, if I can play Monster Hunter World portable,
Okay.
Because I can already play Monster Hunter Rise portable.
It's true.
But I want my PC version. Portable.
Oh, my PC version.
Fuck that Switch version.
What?
No, I mean for real.
No.
Oh, you made me buy it, and now you're saying you don't want to play with me. It's fine.
You have yet to ask when are we going to play? You've yet to ask.
It's too many podcasts to record.
Whose fault is that?
Cancel some of them, and I'll play with you.
I only do 2.5 podcasts every week.
I know. Let's not talk about it. Anyways, that was fun.
How was your week, Corey, so far?
It's not going well at all. Starting this weekend, It just is just like, oh my god. Oh, Stephanie, you're the only one here that doesn't know.
Unless I listen to it about your toe.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was listening to where were you talking about? Arsenal X?
Probably.
Maybe? I don't know. But the way you described it just sounds abnormally painful.
Oh man, it was not fun.
I'm sorry about your toe.
It hurts. My whole foot hurts, and then my hips hurt because I'm walking weird, because I'm still walking when I shouldn't be, and I fell on my wrist, and my wrist hurts, and typing all day makes it hurt even worse for some reason, and it's just like, oh my gosh, just take me out back and shoot me, I guess. I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Someone give him a ticket to go to Disney World.
No, that requires walking.
Right?
I want to be able to walk.
A little like
oh, you want me to get one of those scooters with all those people? No, I've been run over by those things before. It's not fun.
How?
What do you mean? It's crowded, and it was built like it's a park that fits like millions of people. That was built for like 500,000 people, so it's like real narrow. I'm going in November. It's fine.
Nice.
Yeah, we're taking my kids, I think, for the first time.
Well, I hope you heal quickly. I just I feel that once people hit like their 30s, as they get into that decade, it takes forever to heal from whatever injury.
Yeah, that is the fucking truth. I've been dealing with an injured freaking rotator cuff for like 4 months now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, dude, my toe was so gross. It was so gross. And I had to like pull it out and put it back in. It was so gross. My wife's like, you need to go to the what do you call it? The urgent care.
Urgent care?
I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm just gonna sit here and cry for a little bit. It'll be fine.
Who told you that?
My wife.
Oh.
I was like, I mean, look, playing sports all those years, I've seen enough dislocated fingers and stuff like that to where I think a toe can't be that different than putting a finger back. So just.
Well, what I will say about urgent care is maybe back in the day, quote unquote, meaning pre-COVID-19, maybe, because many places you'd walk right in, they'll see you in like 20 minutes. You're in and out, no big deal, and you'll be good. Don't know who knows this story. I'll keep it very brief, but I had to take a drug test for my new job, like many jobs, not all jobs, but drug test. Eventually got sent to an urgent care to do it. And I'm like, all right, I know it's already busy because everyone's going there to get tested for COVID. So let me go first. I go even earlier. There's already booked up from like open to close. Like all their appointment slots have been filled up. Everyone's waiting in the parking lot. the lady was willing to let me take a drug test because I called ahead. And I sat there waiting with a mask on. So I'm only there for a drug test. I'm not sick. And there are people walking in being like, oh, yeah, I tested positive for COVID, so I need a PCR test. So I'm just sitting there like all these positive COVID people are there. I'm like, I don't want to be here. It's the last place you want to be.
No, you don't want to be at my job with COVID because folks will come in with it. This lady last week, she came in and her friend's daughter had COVID. So she brought the mom with her. And she was just like, you're not going to send me no test to give it to my friend. I'm like, no, she has to come in and get it. That's the store policy. So the woman comes in and the woman starts complaining, just like, well, what if you get COVID and stuff? I'm like, ma'am, you the one that have the lady in your car unmasked. So you would be the one that's giving COVID that was spread it to us. Like, what logical sense does that make?
Only if it works in her favor to complain about you guys.
The other person came in. She's like, I don't know what was wrong with her. She just tripping, thinking that she's gonna get COVID. Can I get 2 tests? She bought the 2 tests and some Twix and walked out the door and laughed all about it.
Hey, like, look, Twix is good. Okay, come on.
It is.
Mostly the cookies and cream Twix, though.
Then the bomb.
I'm trying to stay away from treats, though, because I'm what some people call overweight, and I need to lose it.
What's been going on with the whole gym thing, bro?
Well, see, I was gonna go all this week, but I kind of ripped my toe out of its place, and now I can't barely walk.
Okay. I guess it's good enough because I've been missing out on some premium workouts because of my damn arm. Like I can't wait for this shit to get better.
But
certain motions just put me in pain.
But this week I have lost 6 pounds, so I'm proud of myself.
Congrats!
So go team me.
Ed, hopefully you're not dealing with any injuries this week.
Well, actually, I was having some knee problems. And so I was kind of walking funny, and then got home one day, sat down on my bed. Sunday, got home, sat down on my bed, and got a Charlie horse in the back of that same knee. I'm like, oh, Satan, you want to act a fool today? So I literally was like on my bed with a Charlie horse for a good 10 minutes with my knee hurting. And it is because of I had been wearing like almost a knee brace for a little bit because my knees was kind of hurting every time I got down to like when I was stocking and everything. So I was just like, okay, let me wear a brace to see if it could, I could make it feel better and everything to help me and everything. And it was working. And then I just like stopped wearing it because it felt fine. But then they started coming back and that Charlie horse kicked in. And I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good at all. But right now I'm fine. So I'm able to walk, kick high, drop kick fools when I need to, and run when I hear shooting for no reason.
All right. Well, welcome to Boss Rush Podcast, where we talk about how much we're old and injured and are in pain in one way, shape, or form.
Gimped up, yo.
Yeah.
Well, I'm young, so my body's just
You're fine.
Yourself that.
You're fine. Just put a cortisone shot in there. You'll be fine.
Oh.
The needle's long, but it feels better after.
I mean, I did have a win though. I pulled the best blood pressure reading in front of my doctor, because that's the one that counts. Like when the doctor actually sees it with their own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's pretty good. Most people have white coat syndrome where they might have.
I did because when I first showed up, the nurse ran my readings, and I was like 153 over 80 something. And she's like, okay, I know you have a history, but is this normal? I'm like, no, I usually average like 130s. And she's like, okay, well, how about this? You chill out for a few minutes. I'll come back and we'll run it again. Run it again. It was like 151. And I was like, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, I did drink wine last night. I did have steak. And I had a bunch of pasta. So like, and chances are like, body's still doing its thing, but also like red meat runs my blood pressure up anyway, so I should have used more common sense, the night before I had to go see my doctor, but Valentine's Day, whatever. So when my doctor came and we spoke like compared to my last examination, like, well, this because it's a follow up from my physical from last year, 6 months follow up. Cholesterol numbers went down. Liver enzymes are good. What else? Kidney function was fine. And there was one other thing. Good A1C. So she was like, okay, well, she's like, let's check your blood pressure one more time. So she hooked me up. We had the machine running. The first number was like 110 over 70 something, and she was like, that's odd. She's like, let's do it again. So the second one was 119 over 77, and she's like, okay, I'll take it.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big fluctuation, but
yeah. Well, like when I take it at home, like my average. Well, I don't trust the machines. I honestly don't. I feel like when a doctor actually pulls out like the arm cuff and the stethoscope. Mm-hmm. And I've actually had doctors and nurses tell me like that is the actual preferred way to get like a good reading, because like the machines vary based on certain conditions that are going on with the human body and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it's easier to get a more organic reading off of somebody with actual old school equipment.
Yep, I actually have my own blood pressure cuff and stethoscope back from my pharmacy school days. So if anyone is ever in New England and needs a free blood pressure reading, I can give you one.
Wow. Let me go see Stephanie. Stephanie, hook me up, girl.
And after that, we'll go eat some fast food or something.
Yes, let's go to the bomb ramen place.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm hungry. Hey, speaking of hungry, LeRon, why aren't you eating any snacks?
I am actually.
God, you just had to remind him, didn't you?
Okay, all right.
Ooh, salted peanuts?
Yep, lightly salted. Come on, yeah. But nah. But wait, there's more.
Family size. Oh yeah.
I'd laugh, but I would also really love a family size pack of Oreos right now. So.
Do you normally eat them with like milk at times, around, or you just eat the cookies itself?
You know what? I try my best not to drink a lot of milk. Like it's not so much that I'm anti-dairy, because like trust me, the way ice cream and cheese and all that stuff, I'm far from anti-dairy. I'm making cheesecakes this weekend. So I'm way past anti-dairy. The problem is though, like once I learned about everything about how like the human body is not supposed to be like like metabolizing like cow's milk and stuff, I was like, oh. Mm-hmm. So my thing is I will cook with it, and stuff like that. So like I hadn't had breakfast cereal in years. I as a matter of fact, years. Like the last time I had a bowl of cereal, like I was at my mom's house, and I'm not going to force my mom to cook, stuff like that, So the only thing that was available that was breakfast ready was like cereal. So that was the first time I had cereal in a few years, stuff like that. But since we moved into this house, my roommate goes to freaking Costco and Sam's Club, and he comes back with the freaking like 3-pack boxes of cereal and stuff, and the crate of like 2-gallon milk and all this stuff. And I'm like, dang. Man, I'm like, you brought freaking cereal? Is that peanut butter crunch? Is that cinnamon toast crunch? Is that Fruit Loops? So I'm eating cereal again. God damn it! I've been doing so well, like all that damn sugar, and you're getting sugar from the cereal, plus you're getting sugar from the milk.
My daughter has been eating a chocolate life, which is like really good.
Chocolate life,
yeah,
yeah.
the fact that a child her age is eating the cereal Life is just incredible.
Well, we've never introduced like Fruit Loops or anything like anything colorful. I guess would be the best way to do.
See, we used to eat the regular Cheerios, Kicks. Yeah, we used to have that healthy stuff. And my mom, she's a fan of Raisin Bran. But for me, it was always Honey Nut Cheerios, Cocoa Puffs, Apple Jacks, like all of that.
Apple Jacks, that's my jam right there.
Yep, got that here too right now.
Yeah, but now it's just like Honey Nut Cheerios for me, for my whole family. We will run through a box or two in a day.
Honey Nut Cheerios is good until it's not good, at least as far as I'm concerned.
Wow.
LeRon, have you tried any like non-dairy milks? Which I know.
I love almond milk. I love almond milk. And so I'm allergic to certain type of nuts. So stay the hell away from me with that cashew milk. No.
Where do they even sell that? Because I know
you can find that.
They
stuff.
sell it at Aldi.
Yeah.
Dude, there's even macadamia milk, and I didn't even know that shit existed.
Yeah, I love a good macadamia.
I haven't tried that one.
Because I've seen like we sell Silk. You know that one is kind of like well known. But like all like different nut milk, I have never seen. That doesn't sound right.
I like soy milk because it's high in protein. There's oat milk, but I don't like it because there's like very minimal nutritional value to oat milk. Sorry, just talking about little different types of milk here.
Yeah.
Welcome to Milkcast.
Milk.
Yeah, I like almond milk. Like soy milk I was never a fan of. Like I don't know, like I will drink like the soybean drinks and stuff like that, but I've never been a fan of soy milk. It's something about having a bean taste in your cereal that just doesn't work for me.
Just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, like the funny thing is though, I like the taste of mung bean. I like the taste of mung bean. I like mung bean desserts. I like like different things that are made with mung beans and stuff like that. But soybean milk, no.
Then you must really like the Impossible Burger because isn't that made of mung bean?
Yes. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, the Impossible Burger is delicious in my opinion.
I love it.
Give me a number 5 in a radio burger.
Wow.
What?
Nothing.
Anyway.
Nothing. What is everybody's favorite cereal? Jack asked in the chat.
Well, I already answered in the chat.
I don't care. You didn't answer it on the show. This is really good. The chat is very good for the audio listeners there, LeRon.
Hi, chat. I should probably pop into the chat.
Okay. I said my favorite cereal, hands down, is Peanut Butter Crunch. It is I love peanut butter. I know Corey is already retching hearing that. I love peanut butter. And peanut butter cereal is good. Now the thing is though, over the years, they have changed their recipe on the peanut butter cereal because it used to be very peanut buttery.
Yeah.
Back when I was younger, and now it's like there's peanut butter taste in there, but it's definitely like corn and sugar now.
For me, it's a split with Honey Nut Cheerios and Apple Cinnamon Cheerios.
So I like my top are Apple Jacks, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That's my second place right there. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast.
Yep, and a close third. I know I'm kind of cheating. I'm forgetting the name of it. Is it? It's not Honey Nut Cheerios. It's kind of
Honey Grams.
Yeah, Honey Grams. Thank you.
That's my second right there. Is Honey Grams. I love that.
And my favorite healthy cereal is actually Raisin Bran Crunch, not the regular Raisin Bran, like the one with the toasted flakes, and it's got a hint of sugar to it.
What about you, Corey?
I mean, man, I don't know. I guess it kind of depends, but I do like Life a lot. But the Chocolate Life has changed the game, my friends. Life and Frosted Mini Wheats is good, but sometimes you get the ones where like sometimes the mini wheats are crushed and then like just the shredded grossness is in there. I'm like, no, I want a good solid mini wheat with a lot of frosting on it. Because at that point, what's the point if you don't have frosting on your mini wheats, right? They sell mini wheats without the frosting on it. I'm like, who's that for? Who's that for? Like, you might as well just be out back eating a bale of hay or something. This is gross.
Just some Wheaties or something.
Oh, Wheaties is also a good one. I like Wheaties too. Good, man. I gotta tell you, I used to eat Wheaties like every morning because that was cool, I guess. But
that was the athlete kind of cereal. Because every time, like every month, they would do a new box to be a different athlete representing the brand. Yeah,
it's good. So I guess that's my favorite cereal.
By the way, I know I've already said it, but thank you guys for showing up on Crossroads last night. Thanks, I appreciate it. I did the edits today, and man, it was awesome. It was a good time.
Thank you for having us.
One of us wasn't there. What do you guys say? What do you guys say? The one that wasn't here, LeRon?
You know what? Why are you always stirring the pot, man? Why?
It's what I do. It's why I exist.
And then the rice and beans and spices.
I feel excluded.
No, don't feel excluded.
I'm kidding.
Look, Stephanie, that's me on everybody else's podcast that I can't be on.
You host our most successful podcast. What are you talking about?
I know that. It's like, don't you have enough shit to do?
I know that, but it's just like I miss because Stephanie knows I miss Talk the Walk. I love doing Expression Pass. I love the 1v1s, but I'm like I miss speaking about Xbox or Arsenal, and I miss doing a regular.
Well,
podcast.
We're hiring if you know anybody. Man, yeah, I know. I mean, it's the same way with me and Pow Block, right? Like. I missed that show so, and you and I had like a really long conversation about that the other day.
Yeah.
We were still even talking about it today. I was like, man, I wonder if I can make that work somehow.
I was listening today about the podcast, and I was just like, reason why this is old school, and
it's old school because we didn't have any show notes and we just talked for 2.5 hours. That's why.
We literally didn't. And, even when I was just like, okay, what we're going to do for news? Okay, here goes 2 stories I found. And then that led into a conversation. And I think it's been like that when we started Power Block. Like, when we started our first, I think, conversation when we started Power Block was Wii U, but it was the Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
and
yeah, I know.
I remember for a whole month, Stephanie, you're tripping about this. For a whole month, for 4 episodes back to back, all we talked was Breath of the Wild.
Oh gosh!
It was like 10. It was 10 hours of Breath of the Wild talking. We hadn't even like played the game,
right?
Because
can I find these old episodes?
Yeah, they're on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
I think
that's why, LeRon, when you talked about Front Mission, I was excited because I'm like. What? Wait, I was excited because I didn't know anyone else knew about Front Mission.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, come on. Okay, I am a fan of giant robot anime. When I found out there was a fucking video game out there where it was basically an RPG with giant robots before a game called Xenogears ever came into the foreground, like nah, trust me, I was all over that shit.
Well,
I like robots that fight and stuff.
Well, SquareSoft has always been one of my favorite companies, along with Capcom and Konami. So when I never realized about international games that. When it came out, we weren't getting them, and there was always a cultural thing for some of Japan with their games. And I was looking forward to Front Mission. I was looking forward to Live Alive and all the stuff that SquareSoft was making that we never got. I was always looking forward to it. And like I was waiting for the localization, be like, bring it over here. And when it never showed up, thank God for EGM because they used to have an international section showing those games. And that's how I come to know about some of them. And it was just like, oh, wow. That's why watching Daemon X Machina on that year at E3, and I'm like, oh, this is all mech. This is all me. I love it.
Man. Dude, so, Ed, talking about our early Power Block episodes, like, I I was searching for something for Stephanie, and I just sent them to in the chat. But like, it still has the DNA like like strobe light intro. Like, oh my gosh, we thought we were so cool with this stupid intro. Like, oh my god,
I love it.
Oh man, it was like we had so many plans, and then we just sort of like, let's just talk about Nintendo.
Yeah.
Now we're here.
I was always like, back in the building, and we had a flow in the formula, but it was just so amazing.
To be fair, it took like 30 episodes to really realize what we were doing, right? I mean, because we didn't even know each other when we did our first episode, right? The only time Ed and I had ever really interacted was like the Nintendo voice chat Facebook group, I think.
Yeah.
At that time. And it was like, hey, you want to talk about Nintendo? Because I want to talk about Nintendo, and I have a bunch of friends that don't want to talk about Nintendo.
Nerd.
Yeah,
nerds.
Well, yeah.
You're a nerd. Go find a graphics card.
I know I'm a nerd.
Yeah, and it was just going, talking just all things Nintendo with Corey was just, it felt like just from my first or second episode, I felt like I knew Corey for years. I'm just like, I finally have a friend to talk about video games, and definitely Nintendo, because I didn't have any of that around in my area. Like, I had no one talking about video games and Nintendo.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The number one console manufacturer in the world, you had nobody to talk about Nintendo with?
No, nobody was.
LeRon, I don't know if you know this, but when the PlayStation came out, Nintendo stopped being cool.
Nintendo did stop being
the Wii.
Nintendo did stop being cool because guess what? They had that train wreck that was the Nintendo 64.
Hey, whoa,
no,
whoa.
No.
Whoa.
Hold on.
I said
okay.
what I said.
Hold on.
Hold on. No. Before you get a word in, all I'm going to say is this. Nintendo 64 could have been the best fucking system out there if they put a fucking Metroid game on there. Shut the fuck up.
So Nintendo 64 might have its problems, but you never had to turn your Nintendo 64 upside down to have it work and play your game.
Every Nintendo console has its problems, but every console has its problems. Okay.
And also, Sony has to thank Nintendo for the PlayStation because they decided
it wasn't just Nintendo that Sony had to thank because Sony tried to get in bed with 3 other companies before they finally was like, fuck it, we'll just make our own system.
Which is weird because they was working with Nintendo and Sega at that time, making games.
They had something going on with Panasonic, they had something going on with Sega, they had something going on with Nintendo. And all the companies, they like dropped the fucking ball, and I was like, you know what? After Nintendo was the straw that broke the camel's back for Sony, and that's what pushed them to.
I always thought it was because of this.
Talks about nice memories, and this is what
I thought it was because of Sega CD. Oh, I'm sorry. I love LeRon. I don't get to talk to him. I don't get to talk to you guys. So I'm excited.
I'm just saying what I feel. I know Nintendo 64 is a wonderful system. I know it is. It's just a system that Nintendo 64 is one of 2 Nintendo systems that I never cared for to actually buy.
But I think the Nintendo 64 is some of the reasons, along with Sony, that a lot of gameplay ideas are around today in the modern era. Like we talk about Super Mario in the analog. We talk about GoldenEye. We talk about The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time with the lock-on feature and stuff. All that stuff that's kind of iconic in games that we see now is still going, and it started from that. Even just a Rumble Pack was something different that we still see in games nowadays. So.
Yeah, I take that stance too. Like, I've mentioned this in various podcasts before, but not the graphics, but like the camera angles and the heavy polygon graphics, the camera, like it's really hard to go back to. However, well, A, I'm blinded by nostalgia, but B, also, I just think it was one of the systems that, a lot of revolutionary things came through on that system that more current and better generations took.
Now here's the one thing I will say, and this extends to both PlayStation, PS1, Nintendo 64, and Sega Saturn. That was the ugliest era of gaming ever. Ever. It was the ugliest era of gaming. Nobody had knees and elbows. Like, you were lucky if you saw a neck. Like trees just look like giant shapes.
I mean, you look at. Look at if you go back to Mario Kart 64, You know, those are just JPEGs, and the JPEG changes depending on like what.
Oh my god!
Like all the carts and all the items are JPEGs.
If the camera collided with the background a certain way, you saw the bones of the freaking programming code and everything. It's like, like. It's not like that doesn't happen in gaming now, but now at least with the way technology has been gaming and stuff, like now stuff is rendered on a certain level that you might see through something, but you're seeing a reflection of what's on the other side at this point now.
But nowadays people consider that as the modern retro classics.
Yeah. A problem I had with when we moved to that era of gaming, I thought after 16-bit era of Sega Genesis, Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo and all that stuff, I thought we were going to 32-bit. I wanted to see more beautiful sprites, but we jumped to 64-bit.
And I think it's because my idea is probably Retro Fighter. Or retro racing, because Sega was doing some of the 3D stuff, I think, first before anybody. But I think PlayStation was the system because they were showing like Toshinden. They were doing like what's that jumping rabbit game?
Jumping Flash
and everything. They was doing Klimov. They was doing like different things, and all of this was like going onto the CD. Where Nintendo, they were just learning and entering 3D with Mario 64 and some of their games and stuff. So, and Sega Saturn, Saturn is weird because even though they had Knights and Panzer Dragoon, it was the fighting system that you could import. It was that Marvel vs. Capcom X-Men fighting game.
There was no Marvel vs. Capcom back then. It was X-Men. It was X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel superheroes. It was those games. You're talking to a Capcom guy.
Marvel vs. Capcom was PlayStation 2 around that area.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom was Dreamcast.
Okay. It was X-Men. You're right. X-Men versus Street Fighter. Because they were showing.
As a matter of fact, all those old CPS2 arcade games, that was in the Sega Saturn era.
Right, because you had that cart in the back, that RAM cart that would be able to read it and everything.
Yeah, but anyway, what I was trying to say is that the reason why I had a fundamental problem with that era of gaming is because I wasn't ready for that jump to 3D. I was not ready, I was still like I want to play fucking interactive cartoons, that was where my head was at. So when we had 2/3 systems because the Sega Saturn was late to the party, of course.
Yeah.
When we had all those systems out there, I had to make a choice. I was like, well, if everything has fucking ugly graphics, I want the one that has the games that appeal to me. And unfortunately, the only thing Nintendo 64 had that I wanted was Mario 64, and that wasn't enough.
Well, I know for me, I went from Nintendo 64 to PlayStation, and I was buying games for both systems. It's just that my PlayStation was getting more games because of the role-playing.
It was really easy to look at. It was really easy to look at what was on the shelves on the PS1 side versus the Nintendo 64 side. You had freaking Street Fighter Alpha. You had fucking you had what else?
Resident Evil.
No. I'm talking about early.
Resident Evil and Street Fighter. They had that big car.
RE1 was not out until 2 years into the PlayStation's life.
I thought it was before that because they had that big cardboard box for PlayStation.
Right after year 2 is when they stopped making those giant cases.
Are you talking about when PlayStation first came out?
Yeah, PS1. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just thought you were talking about that early era where they had those kind of cases and everything.
Yeah. No. I just think back to all those games and the only thing I see myself wanting to play is Wave Race 64 and Mario 64. Meanwhile, over here on PlayStation, we've got racing games, we've got fucking Tekken, Street Fighter, and all this stuff. And it was kind of a no-brainer where I was gonna go.
Yeah, you had that garbage Beyond the Beyond also. Ugh.
Yeah, Beyond the Beyond was bad. But you also had Suika there, so. Suikoden was one of that was a discovery. Like I say this because Genso Suikoden that was a discovery, and I am so glad for it. Like by the time I got to Suikoden 3, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, Konami was still my favorite. So, I'm sorry, we have a show.
No, this
is
the
show. What are you talking about?
This is the show.
I know Steph's just like, well, bring a topic. I'm just like, oh, okay.
Oh, we get to those too.
Oh yeah, but
you see, you don't know the format of the Boss Rush podcast now. Like it's a say anything show.
Okay. Don't want to derail it or anything.
No, it's hard to derail this show.
Yeah.
It's true.
Sorry, everybody. When me and LeRon have discussions, everybody just sit back and look and be like, "Uh-oh."
Fair.
Well, it's because you have opinions, and us crossroaders, we will make sure to keep you in check, bro.
Crossroads, call it railroads. Am I right? Jeez.
Railroad.
Jerk. I'm just kidding.
But did not bring that history to Crossroads.
No. Like Austin's been giving me weekly updates on how he's been interacting with you, and I love it.
Uh-oh.
Austin been keeping your ship running tight, buddy. I love it.
Well, for our conversations.
Yep.
Wow.
No, me and Austin been having some really good ones, really good discussions. I'm sorry, Corey.
I'm glad somebody's keeping Ed in check. Y'all just let this guy run rampant, through the network.
How? What did I do?
You're infesting all the shows now.
You know what you do with your saucy takes. You know what you do.
What's been my latest saucy take?
What was that one where I mentioned it during the writers' meeting, and David almost put me in the penalty box.
What was it?
I can't remember now.
I don't remember. That was like 2 weeks ago. I can't remember what happened yesterday. Okay.
Oh wow.
You were on Crossroads yesterday.
I know. You keep telling me that, but
yeah, you keep telling me that.
Hey, Stephanie, I was on Crossroads last night. What were you doing?
I was home by myself playing Sifu.
Hey Stephanie, me and Austin are looking for a third. Okay, that sounded bad. That sounded bad. I'm sorry.
I was like, well.
Do we have an HR department? I feel uncomfortable.
We all need an adult. That's not us.
Should I get my wife? She's an adult.
I am so sorry. That came out so wrong.
As long as I get to be in the middle.
Oh God. That's.
Anyway.
I saw a picture of the Eiffel Tower today. It was nice.
Hey, Corey, you want to go ahead and do housekeeping? We keep forgetting to do that on Wednesday nights now.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm just like about ready to just not do it at all anymore. Hold on. I gotta see, since I don't do show notes for this, I have to open the last show notes we had when we had a guest to do this. This is the Boss Rush Podcast, a flagship show of the Boss Rush Network, where each and every week we get together with our friends from around the internet to talk about everything we played, watched, and more. You can catch the Boss Rush Podcast every Wednesday night live on twitch.tv/Boss Rush Network or on YouTube and podcast services every Monday morning. Remember, you can get the show 3 days early. That's Friday on Patreon. Patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. For just $1, you get access to this show 3 days early and 2-week early access to After Dark and Standard Definition. Follow us on social media at Boss Rush Network. Join our Discord and Facebook group and find all of our shows and content on bossrush.net. Remember, if you listen on iTunes and Spotify, to give us a 5-star rating, it really helps. Also, we have a store. Buy stuff from your favorite shows and other things. That's all I'm going to say. Redbubble.com/Boss Rush Network. Go there. Buy stuff. Be happy. Yeah. What did we do this week? Anybody play anything or watch anything? I finished Boba Fett.
I did too.
It was fine. But
yeah.
Jeez, what dude, first of all, the Luke model, like the CG plus the body double, I couldn't tell. Like, I couldn't tell that was CG at all.
You know, that's the crazy part too, because people have been bitching about that since his first appearance in the season finale of The Mandalorian.
Yeah, well, that one I can tell. This was different because they hired the True Fate guy and his team to do the True Fate, the visuals,
special effects.
This. Yeah.
Okay.
So like, I could not tell at all. I could not tell. I was like watching. I wasn't even paying attention to the show. I was watching him. I was like, there's got to be something. There's got to be a deficiency. There's got to be a defect. His mouth's got to like, glitch past his ear at one point. Like I was looking for this crap. Nothing.
I mean, I feel like we're miles past like Rogue One with Tarkin and young Princess Leia. I think we're past that now.
I mean, at the time, Tarkin wasn't bad. I mean, you could tell it was CG, but it wasn't bad. But the Leia stuff was terrible.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
I think they should go back and fix that. We all know.
Oh,
how Star Wars likes to go back and fix.
Lucasfilm is so good at doing that shit. I'm surprised.
Yeah, but yeah, man, seeing Luke like it and him like using the green lightsaber instead of the blue one, and just like. That whole episode was awesome. And him and Ahsoka together, it was good. It was good.
I love Ahsoka.
I love Rosario Dawson.
I love Rosario Dawson, too.
I mean, she's a great Ahsoka, I gotta tell you. And I'm not, like, even a big fan of, like, the Clone Wars or anything. I just kind of like the character. I like her design. But then, like...
I was never really a fan of Ahsoka until she showed up in Star Wars Rebels. Like, I mean, she was okay. She was okay in like the Clone Wars, and of course, when she came back for like the final season of the Clone Wars and stuff like that, of course, yeah. But that was by the time I'd already bonded with her, in Rebels, and stuff like that.
Right.
So like, it was amazing. Like when they rolled her out in that one episode of The Mandalorian, I was like, oh shit, that's Ahsoka.
Yeah.
That's Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah. She's great. I'm actually excited for that show because I want to know what is going on with that. I want to know what's like. I want to see that. I want to see it. I want to see it. I know everybody is like, there's all these like characters coming into this show from like the, Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff. And I know like the kid that played Aladdin is playing someone from Rebels, whoever the main character was in Rebels.
Ezra.
Yeah.
Ezra Bridger.
Yeah. And I'm kind of excited to see that kind of stuff, but like the Luke stuff just like it blew me away. I was like, man, we could actually get like a Luke show realistically.
What do you think about the decision with Grogu? Do you think what do you think?
I think they wrote it that way because Grogu literally does not exist after. Like he doesn't exist in the sequel trilogy.
In the sequel trilogy, yeah.
And like the way they told the story, like with Kylo Ren, like Luke kind of going off the deep end and almost murdering Ben Solo at that point, right? Like Grogu wasn't around, so I'm like this makes sense. And the Mandalorian and Grogu have that bond, and they're gonna grow together as some sort of team or whatever, right? So. It makes sense. It's the same as like, did you guys finish Jedi Fallen Order?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Well, there's like the whole like kind of plot in that game. I don't want to spoil it, but the one of the major plot points in that game, like if they went through with one of the major plot points, would have changed the entire future of Star Wars forever, and it would have made no sense in Episode 4. And then something happens.
Is that game considered canon to the universe though? Oh,
yeah.
It is? Okay.
Yeah. So I think they just had to figure it out. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like I mean, it was cool, like in the show, seeing him and Luke like train a little bit, but like I don't know, it was kind of weird. That whole plot point was kind of weird. And I think they just wanted to show that, like, hey, we fixed Luke. Look at him. Like I feel like that was the entire point of the plot point. But We'll see. I wonder if he goes back though. I mean, there's going to be more Mandalorian and more. Obviously, there's more Star Wars coming, right? So,
you know, I have a funny feeling because Grogu is so he's force sensitive. I mean, like shit. Like it feels like he's a damn conduit for the Force, just like how Yoda was. I would not be surprised if he shows up later, as a Jedi or a Jedi Master.
Like somewhere in the future, like a sequel trilogy of some sort, right? That takes place. Hopefully, it doesn't involve the Skywalkers, please. Like,
which is already being planned by Disney and Lucas.
Of course, it is. It's Star Wars. They're not going to not do Star Wars, but I hope it takes place like hundreds of years in the future. Nothing to do with the Skywalkers, right? Like, let's move past this. I like Luke Skywalker. I like that, but it's done. It's over.
Time for a new cast.
It's small galaxy syndrome, right? There's so many stories to tell.
The galaxy is so vast, like they want us to believe in like all of George Lucas's storytelling. Then why the fuck are we always stuck in that same area of space?
Yeah, and it's just like let's just. Why are we always on Tatooine? Let's go. Nobody likes sand, okay?
Yeah. As seen by when they brought us Planet Jakku.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, give me a break.
Well, it's not Tatooine. It's another sandy planet that you can, get annoyed by because there's like little tents and huts and people running around because they're poor. Oh, okay.
Unlike Spaceballs when they was on the planet and the two black people were coming in the sand with the cone. What did you find? We ain't found S.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like Spaceballs. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, I think that it was an okay show. It was fine. Mandalorian was better, for sure. But I think the Book of Boba Fett was a vice to like set up other things that are coming instead of just being its own show, right? I mean, the best episode. Yeah. I did think it was cool that they like the Mandalorian now flies a Naboo starfighter.
Yeah,
which was hilarious. But oh man, LeRon got distracted. What, LeRon?
They just dropped the freaking black belt armor in Monster Hunter Rise.
Well, better go get it.
Ooh.
I don't even know what that means. I assume it's good by your face.
Permission to log off of the podcast?
Nope.
I need my computer.
Is it an update?
Play it on Switch. Go get it on Switch.
Boo. Boo. My measly non-OLED Switch. Boo.
Yeah, my OLED Switch is beautiful. And it's got the Zelda controllers on it now.
Oh, it is.
I took the white ones off. I like white controllers, but I just feel like they're just gonna get dirty. Like I just don't want them to get dirty. And it's not like I'm not washing my hands, but I've seen the way.
But you're not washing your hands.
I see the way my kids eat. Okay, I put on a white T-shirt today, and I had peanut butter on it within 10 minutes because my daughter doesn't know how to eat peanut butter correctly. So, anyways, what were we talking about? Boba Fett. Yeah, I just think it's like just like a channel to introduce other storylines. Which is fine. Like I feel like, Star Wars is big enough to do that, right? I think they're not as good at it as Marvel is, but we'll see. We will see. I also played a lot of Destiny because the expansion comes out on Tuesday, and they released the Exorcism mission yesterday, and man, oh man, was it shocking yet so unsurprising, but also really cool. No. So, it's funny. There's this the seasonal event in Destiny. They've been building a bridge in the back of the seasonal event for like 6 months, and nobody's noticed until last week. Somebody noticed. Oh, there's a bridge there, and there's a green glowing laser shooting up into the sky. I wonder where that leads. And then you do the exorcism mission, and it's literally that bridge, and you go in and not that anybody here cares about Destiny, but pretty much like the queen of the Awoken does like the exorcism of Savathun, who's the big bad of the next expansion, because she's trapped in a crystal, and she exorcises the worm, which gives her godlike powers, but not really. And inside the crystal,
explain the worm. Explain that.
Oh God, where do I start, LeRon?
Okay, never mind. I'll just listen to Tower. I'll just check out Tower Casuals.
It took us multiple episodes to explain where the worms come from.
Okay. Then I guess I will be devoted. Was it multiple episodes back to back, or is it? Because if it's like sprinkled all over the place, I don't have time for that.
Here's the short version. The Hive enemies worship the Hive gods, which get their powers from the worm gods. And they get their powers from the worm gods from the worms. And I know that sounds like a terrible explanation to anybody who plays Destiny, but I'm literally just trying to simplify it for LeRon.
Okay, yeah.
It's literally not.
Well, get ready. You and Josh get ready to carry me when we all start playing.
Oh my gosh,
The
dude.
shorthand.
I cannot wait. They're adding so many things. LeRon, we talked about it on Crossroads last night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
So, I've been getting ready for that. And I watched the trailer about 10 times, and it's so... Gosh, Bungie knows how to make a good trailer.
True.
And...
So just think back to this moment when we get closer and closer to July and Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. just remember this moment, because I'm going to be exactly like how you are.
I will. I'll applaud you for fighting giant, dragons and stuff. We're gonna fight giant worms that live in the ocean, and we're gonna fight dragons. We're gonna fight giant, crazy bone skeleton witches.
Sound like a Muso game.
You're a Muso game.
I know.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know if, coming from someone who's never played it, fighting worms does not sound very interesting.
they don't. Okay.
Here we go.
They're not.
I know. I'm guarantee you these worms are more like leviathans. Right?
I know.
Here.
I'm just.
Stephanie, I posted it on the website. Watch the trailer and tell me that even though you don't know anything about Destiny, that trailer is not good. And when you get to the part with the water and you see these big serpent things come out of the water, those are worms.
Why do they have to call them worms then?
Because they're called worms. I didn't name them. That's just what they're called. I would have called them something cooler.
He reminds me of them adorable ass nerds that we see in those TV shows where it was like that isn't real. Like, no, guys, it's right here.
LeRon called me adorable. I feel special now. Even though he didn't return my calls last night, it's fine.
Wow.
I passed the fuck out. My bad.
What else were we talking about? Destiny.
This trailer is gorgeous.
Ew.
She said, "Ew." What part did you ew at?
Lady was holding this little larva.
Like a spiky larva thing.
Yeah.
Gross.
It's cute.
No, it's not.
It's a baby.
A baby worm.
Yes.
God, man, they need to make a movie. Stop fucking around. These trailers are too good.
Well, they want to. They want to make movies and television series, and it's probably going to go to Netflix because Sony bought them.
Yep.
No,
but they got that Sony money.
But for real though, this is a nice looking trailer. Despite me joking around, this looks gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I know, man.
But yeah. Let's and it's
Monster Hunter needs to step its game up.
I just canceled my Netflix subscription just because I really need to rebudget, and I just realized I hadn't watched anything on Netflix in the last year. And now, I mean, not right now, but they announced that they're going to be working on
BioShock,
and also this isn't game related, but Space Force, which is a parody with Steve
Season
Carell.
2.
Season 2 is coming. I'm like, damn it! Now when I don't watch Netflix for almost a year, and then I cancel my subscription because I don't use it. Now all the stuff that I want to see is coming to Netflix.
You better get sweet on somebody really fast and get their login.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Netflix isn't worth it, but then like I feel like as soon as I cancel it, something that I want to watch is going to be there. And it's like, oh my gosh, just
Netflix is like the most expensive charge I have for no reason.
It's like $20 a month now.
I mean, literally, only thing I have Netflix for is I don't watch the new stuff on Netflix. I watch reruns of shit I've already seen, or binge accidentally some shit that everybody else saw like years ago on Netflix.
I only have Netflix because Mom's and my sister, they want to see stuff, and she loves watching Frasier and everything. So that's why I still have it. Yeah, because I mostly watch my stuff on Hulu, like watch the newest TV stuff and like movies and stuff on there. And still need to get Crunchyroll because I need to catch up on some of the anime stuff. But yeah, I'm trying. I got to get her HBO Max though.
See, I fucked up and let my wait, was it Crunchy? No, I fucked up and let my Funimation lapse. The one that, remember Sony had like this nice promo where you get it for like 7 months. I fucked around and let it lapse, and now I can't get back into the $7 a month. So I'm like, do I really need Funimation that much? Do I need Funimation that much when like Hulu gets damn near all the Funimation shit just later?
But I need to watch all the Food War stuff because it's not on there. So that's why I get Crunchyroll, and I got to still catch up on My Hero. That
I've been on Hulu. Speaking of Hulu, Ed, I've been watching How I Met Your Mother from the very beginning.
Oh, nice.
I like that show. I know it's not a very popular opinion, but I like that show a lot.
I mean, I'll watch How I Met Your Mother before I watch The Big Bang Theory.
That's fair. What else did I play? I played something else too, but it must not have been. Oh, I started Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Nice.
So I got through Eden Prime, and man, Mass Effect is good.
Let me ask you a question. How much did you buff up Jenkins?
I didn't. He's gonna die anyway. Well, I'm not gonna waste my time. Jenkins is dead. He's always dead. Why would I waste my time?
I knew if a name like Corporal Jenkins, he was not meant to last long.
Yeah. Dude, I know that. I knew at that very beginning where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be the tough guy or whatever. I'm gonna go fight," and then he died in the first mission. I'm like, "Yeah, that didn't see that coming." Gosh, Jenkins is the worst. Although Nihilus was cool, and
Nihilus is cool.
Nihilus is like really cool, and like they gave him this really cool.
Nihilus was the real plot device.
Yeah, they gave him like this really cool armor, and like. You actually had like a real conversation with him. You're like, oh yeah, he's gonna be cool. He's probably gonna be in my party. He's probably gonna be like my mentor. And then like half hour later, Saren, boom, dead.
Stop ruining it for me.
Oh, you've had time. Game came out 15 years ago. Mass Effect is 15 years old, guys. Jesus Christ.
I mean, he's not lying.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just said that. That's a real sentence that came out of my mouth. Mass Effect is 15 years old.
That's wow.
Why is it so bad though?
It's 15 years old. That's like a new game to me. Like it. I mean,
2007.
It's like a modern game for me.
Yeah.
It's the worst. I also re-downloaded Cyberpunk after I said I wasn't going to on Crossroads last night. I want to see what it looks like. I just want to see what it looks like. I want to see what my V is checking out. I know that sounds weird.
Yeah.
Hey, did you have a male or a female character?
I had a female character.
Yeah, female. Okay. Screenshot it for me, please. I want to see.
I mean, it's basically looks like the V that's on the website right now in this image. But,
okay.
I mean, I like the hair thing. I don't know. When you have a choice, LeRon, you play as a woman.
I thought you already knew my story about why I no longer play as female characters.
Nope, I don't care about your story. I'm talking about my story.
Oh, okay.
I heard your story. I know.
What's weird with the update that they focus a lot on the female. I guess now she's kind of like the lead that they were using. Because they didn't really show the male V in the stream at all yesterday.
That's okay. Anyways, enough about me. Who wants to go next? Ed, you're our guest.
So, I have been.
Everybody take your bathroom break now.
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on, wait. You just had a long list and went in. That was my turn.
I said 3 things. Ed, what are you playing? Watching? Playing? Doing?
Dragon Quest. I'm doing the one that came to Switch, just like that mobile port. I started that up. Been playing Street Fighter, the World Warriors, the arcade version on the Street Fighter collection. Been having fun with that. Decided to play Alter Beast on the Sega Genesis Online. And yeah, that game is still
bad.
Yes. I do not enjoy that game at all. And I remember beating it on
whoever says they enjoy Alter Beast is lying. Let's face it.
Wait, what? Well, I haven't played Alter Beast since I was a kid, but I thought I enjoyed it.
It was.
Has something changed now that I'm an adult?
Yeah, it's not.
Wait,
good.
Are we talking about the Sega Genesis Altered Beast? We're not talking about that shit that came out on PS2, right?
No.
I mean, the one on PS2 was better, or PS3 or whatever, way better.
Was it PS3? I thought it was PS2.
I don't remember. PS2. Nobody really cares about Altered Beast that much to decide which console it came out on and which one it didn't.
Yeah. Played the Contra collection. Played the Japanese one, the Famicom, and then I started playing Operation C, which is the Game Boy Contra, because I never got a chance to play.
I enjoyed that one.
I'm going to replay it again. Operation C.
Oh, okay.
It was the Game Boy version. I've never played it before, so I decided just to load it up and play it. I'm going to replay it again because I almost got to the last level. It still does that thing where you only get 2 continues and everything. So I'm just right now just learning it, but it's not that hard or anything with it. Got Gesso Fumaden, Undying Moon. It's okay. It's not. I thought, but it looks beautiful when it's in motion. And this game is by Konami. And I think I just got to sit down and learn it. Learn this game because it's weird on how the gameplay is. You get like attacks and dodges and everything, but it feels slow. It feels like when you watch the trailer that it was kind of fast and action packed, and this one it feels really slow when I'm watching it. I'm like, this just doesn't. I don't know. With that, of course, Pokemon Legends Arceus and playing Dying Light 2. And man, I do not like time limits in games. I don't like missions that have a time limit to it, because if your controls are bad and everything, or there's clips, like the game starts clipping, you follow through stuff, and you can't do nothing about it, it really messes up the fun and the flow of the game. I do not like time missions. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask excluded. Once I play that, I can't, that's excluded. But like, I've never loved when you be like, you got to do 15 things and all you get is 5 minutes. What? No, yeah.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever had a time mission and it's just impossible to do it? There's no.
Yes. And that
what game? What game? Because that game would technically be unbeatable at that point.
So, some of the Ratchet and Clank ones, when you're racing, the Ratchet and Clank that was on PS4, it's a racing thing, and you have to have a certain time limit to do everything. And then if you don't hit the right stuff and get the time and everything, you might as well just forget it. The moment that you hit something wrong from the start.
Is there a trophy for it?
There's a trophy for it.
And that means it can be beat.
But
next topic.
There's a trophy for it, but when you have to use that to progress the game, it becomes a problem.
Ed, if it was undoable, it could not be in the game.
Right, but I think the thing is that when you have to redo it almost 10 to 15 times and everything.
That's the difference. You're the guy that says nobody can beat nobody can beat today's games if they've never beaten Ghosts and Goblins. You're the guy that can do it. You're complaining about this stuff.
I've beaten it, but I don't like when there's something that's affecting the gameplay to mess up on your time, and when they don't give you enough time to do it. You know, when you have to hit everything pitch perfect for the first time.
Hey, Corey, Stephanie. It's almost like this guy doesn't remember the days of manufactured difficulty in NES games. It's almost like this guy doesn't remember this stuff.
I played Dungeon Master on NES.
I'm just going to not say words.
I played all of Mario Brothers, the Lost Levels.
I've
What?
I've had many of these conversations over the last 7 years. I don't need to have this one.
But I'm just saying, with Dying Light 2, I just don't like their timing in it. Like, you gotta, because everything is not close. Sometimes you have to jump all the way over half of the map, and that's almost like 60% of your time to get there. So if you mess up on those jumps, trying to platform up to get it, that's your level.
Hey, Ed, when's your birthday?
April 10th.
I got the perfect present for you.
Uh-oh.
It's the world's tiniest violin playing the world's saddest song.
Wow. I'm just saying it for time limits and stuff.
Look at Stephanie. She busts out a book to read while you guys are having your conversation.
No, that's not what I did. I'm writing down Ed's birthday. Shut up.
Yeah, that's the disguise.
No, it's just that it's when there's time limits in games.
That look she just gave you, LeRon, was priceless.
I just don't like time limits in games sometimes.
No, time limits are dumb.
I don't either, Ed. I hate it. It gives me anxiety.
It's like that. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, unfortunately, Majora's Mask also gives me anxiety. Doesn't mean I don't enjoy it, and I know how to slow time down, but it still gives me anxiety. Corey.
Ed is I feel like Ed's throwing me a paradox here because, like, remember the timed race you had to do in Chrono Trigger? Come on, man.
Oh, that was easy.
No. Did you say so?
Compared to the racing in Battletoads?
Yeah.
I think
that game was unbeatable for me, but people have beaten that game.
Yeah, with the Game Genie.
I think
no. People have beaten it on pure skill. Like, I mean, there are greater gamers out there than you and I.
Me, that racing part in Battletoads. That racing part in Battletoads. If your eyes is not trash.
I mean, shit. Even I cart at least. Even I cart every now and then in Monster Hunter. I'm not that good.
I assume that means something that people do to cheese things.
No, cart is when you die.
Well,
yeah.
Well.
But
now I know.
But yeah, it's just something in Dying Light 2. I'm just like, why are you giving me a time mechanic and I gotta jump all the way over here? And then your controls is not all good and everything. And it's just, it gets frustrating when a time mechanic, when you lose because you did nothing wrong. You really try to get it and the time just goes out. They don't give you enough time to do it. And it's just like, I don't know if anyone focus tested or anything, but when it be like, oh, you got to go, when there's 2 time limits going on at the same time, and both of them are far away, and you got 4 enemies that you got to fight that's surrounding you, that becomes frustrating.
Is there any fast travel in Dying Light 2?
There is fast travel, but you don't get into halfway through the game, and you can't use it in missions.
Oh, well, okay. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what I'm playing. I haven't started watching anything. I did start watching Rama Half though. Cracking up about that. But that's the only thing. And I'm just ready for Voice of Cards and Horizon Forbidden West.
Big one.
Yes.
Neat. Stephanie, what are you doing?
I am still playing Sifu. I'm shocked I'm still playing Sifu. I'm obsessed to the point where it's a bit unhealthy.
Oh boy.
Because fighting games just generally, it's just I'm not good at it, and so I just tend to stay away from it. But I've mentioned my interest in it before. Now that I've gotten into it, I'm getting super competitive. I'll restart levels so I can see if I can exit it at a younger age, and I just keep going and going and going and going and going. And I'm like, I must find all the secrets. I'm obsessed. Like, I stopped playing Pokemon Arceus just so I can like divert more time to playing Sifu. That's all I've been doing. It's all Sifu.
Oh, I would love to see how you would do with DMC Devil May Cry.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I love that game. That is a wonderful game. I know people don't like it because it's not part of the main series. It was a reboot, but I think that game is awesome.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. One of the legendary's best.
It's also on sale like every other week for $5. So
I was gonna say, like, I frequently see it on sale. So if you recommend it, I'll pick it up.
If it's the one if it's the new edition with the turbo on it, play that mug on turbo. It's amazing when it's fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good.
Nice.
It starts out kind of like slow because you don't have all the moves and stuff, and you obviously have to unlock stuff. But after you start like really getting into it, it's like one of the best action games I've ever played.
Oh, nice. All right, cool. It'll go on my very long list of backlog games to play, but it'll definitely be on there.
Yeah, it's actually not very long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the point of those games is like the game's not very long, but you want to get S ranks on everything. You want to upgrade all your moves and everything. And the cool thing too is like the entire control scheme is customizable. So like if you don't like where one button is, you can switch it around through the menus.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, and it's very helpful. Trust me. When you learn to be like, I gotta do all of this. Yeah, it's very helpful. Which reminds me, LeRon, I'm gonna need you in April so I can hurry up and run do my son to get ready for Rise.
Oh.
I mean to get first the DLC. Cause I know we'll be probably playing Advance Wars that month. But man, dang,
Advance Wars is my side chick. Like right now, Monster Hunter Rise being on the PC, like I mean, like shit, like Horizon Forbidden West is in trouble. I mean, technically, it already was in trouble because I haven't beaten the first game, but
can't play Horizon if you don't have a PlayStation, LeRon.
I do.
Oh, that's my problem.
Yeah, that's your problem.
I do want to see Gran Turismo 7 though. I'll probably watch some people stream if they streaming. I want to see how it is. But then, man, that licensed music though. Yeah.
Man, I played Forza Horizon for like a good solid week, and I'm like, man, I'm glad Game Pass exists because I got to play.
You got your fill.
Yeah,
you got your fill. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good game. I just don't like the soundtrack to it.
I mean, I don't
really have a problem with the soundtrack of Horizon. I don't.
I just don't care for driving games. You know.
I mean, therein lies the point. Like that's kind of how I felt about fighting games, and I really thought I was only going to play Sifu through my review that I wrote for it. And here I am, like weeks later, and I'm just like obsessed with trying to find all the secrets and it. I don't know. There's just something about it where like there's a third level, the museum, and I'm actually like stopping to read like the descriptions of like the paintings and stuff because it kind of gives you a hint about the boss that you're about to fight. And I can't. It's just amazing, and I love it. And I'll probably keep playing it until there's a couple of indie games that are coming out like end of February and in March. So I'll probably just stick with Sifu. I've been playing Pokemon Arceus, but yeah, put that down for a little bit. That's it. I haven't really been watching much other than 90 Day Fiance. Still,
my wife is obsessed with that show. Obsessed. There's like 40 different versions of it too. It's like, geez.
I know. I'm like, I'm
90
almost
days
done.
after, 90 days before.
Yep,
90 days the other way.
Yep, and 90 days the single life. I'm like, okay.
You're only single for 90 days.
Right.
Gosh, I can't. I just pass. I'm done.
All right. Hey, we all have our like guilty pleasure.
I know, and look, I've had enough guilty pleasure shows in my life that I'm not exactly like screaming from the rooftops of games or shows and movies that I like, but here we are.
All right. Anyway, LeRon, what are you playing?
LeRon.
Besides Monster Hunter.
Besides Monster Hunter.
How's Monster Hunter?
It's fun as fuck. It's fun. You know what? I don't understand why I enjoy it so much more on the PC than I do on the Switch. And I did enjoy it on the Switch until I stopped enjoying it on the Switch. It's kind of weird. I think, but Ed, you've heard me say it a few times. I think it was just their rollout of how they did it on the Switch. Like the game came out and it honestly looked like it was. It honestly looked and felt like it was an incomplete state. Like there were some things that were just weird. Like high rank was legit locked behind a wall. You know.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't get to anything further. And then all of a sudden then they started throwing in content that like it's fun and everything, but for the most part like some of it just didn't it just felt
bare bones.
Now it's out on the PC and everything, and like everything that's available is there for the taking. So like you can play it, you can do your thing, and you just have fun. And like Monster Hunter is basically one of those wash, rinse, repeat type games. So like that. Like if you're one of those people that like the grind, you're gonna have fun. You are. If you're one of those people that don't really like the grind, you might not have that much fun. And I already said, like, chances are, like, I'll probably be playing Monster Hunter Rise until Sunbreak comes out, and then Sunbreak is out, and that's technically Rise, so I'll still be playing that, and then eventually I'll get to the point where I was like, okay, time to go back to Iceborne.
Well,
there are two distinct styles between Iceborne and Rise, even though both the games are considered fifth generation entries for Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
there are two distinct styles to it. Like Rise is very anime inspired. Like like you can run on walls like a shinobi and stuff like that, and do things and like all the aerial combat and all that stuff. Like aerial combat was meant for people with insect glaives in previous games, and now like everybody is an aerial combatant in this game. So
and I was gonna say, and I think I think we talked about it that Rise feels like more of an experiment for ideas and everything that we'll probably see in the next one for PlayStation and Xbox. And I think I kind of like that Switch is used for experimental ideas, and what they learn from that they'll incorporate in their in the future games and stuff. I hope they do.
Well, the thing about Rise is that Capcom knew that they could not go to the Switch and put a legacy style Monster Hunter game on it. Nobody's going to play it. Nobody's going to play it. Like when you trying to go back and playing like Monster Hunter Freedom Unite or freaking Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate or Monster Hunter Generations, like coming from Monster Hunter World Iceborne, like it's a stark contrast. I mean, yeah, it's classic and everything, but some of my favorite games pre Iceborne, are like, the older Monster Hunter games, like 3 Ultimate, 4 Ultimate, not so much Generations really upset me, but those are some of my favorite games. Like even my all-time favorite Monster Hunter game is Monster Hunter Portable Third, which is only available in Japan. I had to import that game on the PSP and everything, and that is my favorite Monster Hunter game. And I cannot personally go back and play that game. It's a bad experience for me now, and that's saying a lot because like that's the game that I have the most time racked up on in playtime. But they couldn't go back to that. They couldn't go back to that format, stuff like that. So they had to, but they also knew that the Switch does not carry the same power the Xbox One and the PS4 had. So they had to do something a little different. So Monster Hunter Rise basically. It does not feel like a stripped down version of Monster Hunter World and Iceborne at all. It doesn't, because like they brought in other mechanics and stuff that enrich the gameplay and stuff like that. There's things, like for example, like the wire bug mechanic. The wire bug mechanic is basically the fully realized version of the Clutch Claw, and I know for sure that's going to be in Monster Hunter 6. They revolutionized they revolutionized mounting for wyvern riding now, and that's just amazing, stuff like that. So.
Right, and I think a lot of people are just excited because they just get to play a Monster Hunter game on the go and get into the action and stuff. So I think it's a fair balance with that game. For it feels more accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to get into the series.
And you see, there's the problem too. Like this is. I've realized it now, and I agree with a lot of people now. This is the easiest Monster Hunter game out there. Now, the main reason why I say that is because if you look back at all the older Monster Hunter games, like your character movement was slow versus how the monsters moved and stuff now. And now your characters are moving at such a breakneck pace and stuff like that. It makes the fights easy. Like the fights end in. We're not talking about like Team Darkblade and Team and those guys that basically play the game for the meta. That those guys like whoop like Apex monsters in like less than 2 minutes and stuff like that. Like an average player can run in and beat a mission in under 5 minutes, by themselves, solo. And it's because the difficulty focus shifted now. Like the characters move so damn fast, like with all the switch skills and all that stuff and everything. Like shit, it's the monsters that can't keep up anymore. Stuff like that.
And but I know for me, it always feels good when you take a monster down. Like even after beating your tail, I think that's the one fun thing that I definitely love about Monster Hunter Rise is when you take a monster down. And, besides getting this parts, it's just that final hit. You be like, yes, there's just something victorious about that.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. But, it's Monster Hunter Rise, like I say, like it's shaping up to be one of my favorite Monster Hunter games. It's not my favorite by a long shot. Like, I feel like my favorites, if it's not Portable Third, it's Iceborne.
The DLC.
Iceborne is a full-fledged game. Like when Monster Hunter Rise Iceborne, when Monster Hunter World Iceborne came out, basically they changed the name to just Monster Hunter Iceborne. They dropped the world and it was Monster Hunter Iceborne. So it was basically, even though it was the expansion, it was the game.
Well, I can't wait to see the new monsters in Rise. I'm gonna see what new ideas they brought and everything.
You mean for Sunbreak?
Yeah, I keep saying Rise. For Sunbreak, yeah. I apologize.
Oh, man. Those Gothic-inspired monsters in this game is going to be fucking epic. Because, like, on Malzeno, for example, basically, that's a play on Dracula. The freaking dog. Basically, that's a play on the classic werewolf. So yeah, and that's the cool thing about it. Monster Hunter Rise and their monsters took inspiration from yokai, which are Japanese spirits. Like sometimes they're benevolent, sometimes they're malevolent and stuff like that. But Monster Hunter Rise is all their monsters took all the new monsters they're introduced in the franchise were based off of yokai. And so when Sunbreak's coming out, it's going to be based on more Western, like a horror creatures and stuff like that. So I like the dynamic that they're going with it.
I just can't wait to watch the cutscenes. I love how they introduce the new monsters and they just rhyme everything. You're just like, this is so good.
Now you see, I think that's going to be different. I think that's going to be different. Well, I think that's going to be different because like it looks like Sunbreak is going to be a tonal shift from. You're going to be in a different area of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think there's going to be a tonal shift in like the in those intros and stuff like that for the new monsters and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just have a gut feeling. It's going to be.
Are you just doing it on PC? You're not doing it for Switch? You're not going to get it for both?
I highly doubt I'm going to get the Switch version. They're both coming out simultaneously. And like I'm pumping all this time and energy now into the PC version. So I mean, like I if it was crossplay, yeah. But we already know it's not going to be crossplay. We already know that.
Hopefully that changes.
It's not going to be cross save either. So there's no point.
on Capcom.
There's no point. So yeah.
I was telling Corey, I hope they do a direct next month for it. It feels like it's going to be a direct.
Well, there's already there's that Capcom countdown thing, right? That we already kind of.
I guarantee you that's Resident Evil and Street Fighter news. I guarantee you.
What do you think about Resident Evil that they're going to talk about?
DLC for 8.
DLC for 8, and we might get our first look at 4 remake.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, but the safe money has got to be Street Fighter 6. Which by the way, the current lead producer for Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, he's the executive producer for Street Fighter now.
Yeah, because
Ono called himself retiring for health reasons and then wound up going to another gaming company.
Yeah. I wonder if 6 is going to be exclusive again to PlayStation.
Possibly.
I mean, Street Fighter is already exclusive, right? So technically, I mean, besides the PC version, Street Fighter 5 was exclusive. So I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I could see Capcom doing what's that game they announced that everybody thought was Death Stranding 2, but it wasn't. Pragmata or something.
I was about to say Stigmata.
Yeah, I bet that's exclusive to PlayStation, at least a timed exclusive.
Yeah. So besides Rise, I have been digging into Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. I'm still I'm about to be in the midpoint of Uncharted 4 in that collection, and like Corey, I finished Boba Fett. The season finale was good, but you know what? It was good. It was entertaining, but I have to disagree with the internet. That's not the best Star Wars that I have ever seen.
Who said that was the best Star Wars?
Oh, man, it's all over Twitter. Like this is the best Star Wars they've ever seen.
I don't follow Star Wars people, but I can tell you that they are wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is not the best Star Wars I've ever seen. If you want to see some of the best Star Wars you've ever seen, watch Star Wars Rebels, the Twilight of the Princess. Apprentices.
Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess. That is the best Zelda game.
I keep hearing that. Like I wish Nintendo would re-release it on Switch so I could buy it and try it and find out.
And you yell at me like 2 days later saying, "Wow, I don't want to wrestle goats for 2 hours."
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Is
that a thing?
You'll figure it out when it comes out on Switch.
I did start the Peacemaker series. Peacekeeper.
They said that one was really good.
Is it?
Peacekeeper. Yeah. Peacekeeper. Yeah, the John Cena superhero one from Suicide Squad. Yeah.
Can I say I enjoy the Suicide Squad movie? That was really good.
You know what? I haven't seen the second one. I'm starting to think should I go see this movie because it's
on HBO Max.
I am not the best. See, the problem is I don't have HBO Max.
Oh.
I have access to HBO Max, but I don't have HBO Max.
I think definitely watch it. It's really, really good.
I think my main problem with is the DC movie universe has just not been cohesive enough. You know, I enjoyed the first Suicide Squad movie, and I told myself I would go ahead and watch the second one. You know, but I just couldn't get excited.
This one is really good. It blows out the first one. I really love the fights and everything, and it's funny. It really is funny.
Doesn't the Batman come out soon? The new one?
Yeah. Oh, Uncharted comes out this Friday too.
Yeah. Oof. I want to see that. I think it looks fun.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to find the time and dates for it. I may go see it Monday.
Nick in the chat saying next month for Batman.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'll probably watch it when it comes to HBO Max.
I'm not going to the theater.
I don't have the time or the capacity to go sit in a theater anymore. I just don't want to.
I don't have the desire to do it anymore. Like, I mean, you know, certain movies are guaranteed. Like, you know, like Star Trek, yeah. I'll go to the movies for that. You know.
Did you see it? Did you see?
Yes.
They're making a fourth one
the
with
announcement.
Yeah.
Fourth one with the Abrams-verse cast. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
That's gonna be interesting.
Are those streaming anywhere? Are they on Paramount Plus? I'm assuming. The Star Trek movies.
No.
The new ones. The new ones, ish.
I think they are. Well, I know you can. I know you can watch them. I know you can watch. I think you can watch all 3 of them on Hulu right now.
Because I really liked the first one, and I was like, man, these are fun. I might like Star Trek, and then I never watched anything else ever.
Wait, you watched? Wait, did you watch the first one? Did you watch the second one?
No, I've only seen the first reboot one.
Okay.
That's the only thing Star Trek I've ever seen.
I'm looking for the remote.
And then all the Picard memes.
Actually, are on Paramount. Well, I know for sure they're on Hulu. So, like I said, where is that remote?
Okay. I'll check it out.
This is going to bother me.
Is it under science fiction?
No, it's under romance.
Wait. What are you, Ed? What are you talking about?
For Hulu.
Just start searching
Star Trek. What are you doing?
Jeez, why are you go to sci-fi? You're gonna get all sorts of stuff you don't.
Why don't you use the Dewey Decimal System when you check out a book too?
Wow, that depends if it's banned or not.
Oh my gosh!
All right, that's it for me. That's it for me. So like, if we're ready to start talking topics, we can.
No, we've been going for almost 2 hours already. We're gonna.
Oh really? We've been up.
Yeah,
wow.
We're gonna because we still have After Dark to record, so we're gonna probably wrap it up here. Actually, I mean, who cares, right? It was fun.
This was a natural flow episode.
Yeah, this is the kind of episode I like. And then we should just do this more often.
Star Trek Into Darkness and Star Trek Beyond is on there.
But not 2009 Star Trek?
Let's see. Prodigy, just those 2 are on there.
Okay.
Anyways, well.
Yeah, because I think everything else might be on Paramount.
Okay, then. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening this weirdly flowing but awesome episode of the Boss Rush Podcast. Remember, you can find us every Wednesday night right here on twitch.tv/Boss Rush Network or on podcast feeds and YouTube on Mondays. Remember, you can get the show 3 days early on Patreon, patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. For just $1, you get this show 3 days early, After Dark 2 weeks early, and Standard Definition 2 weeks early. Wow. What a deal. Just $1. Guys, come on. You can dig in your car seats for that, right? I know I can.
$1.
So, Ed, thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you guys for having me.
So much fun. You need to come back soon.
Yes.
I love you all.
Aw.
Depends on what day it is. When can we find you?
Every day. You guys can find me. You guys can find me on Twitter at that retro code. You can also check out Nintendo Pod Block. We record on Mondays live, and then you can catch the recorded episode on YouTube, and you can catch it also the audio version on Anchor. You go to find a lot of my writings at bossrush.net. I wrote about Cyberpunk's 2077 update, and I wrote the Nintendo Direct recap, so you guys can go check that out. I should be having some banters and some editorials out coming soon, so hopefully you guys will check that out too. Cool.
LeRon, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Exodus803. That's also my Twitch and YouTube channels, as well as my PlayStation ID and Steam ID. If you're looking for me on Xbox Live, that's Exodus0803. So just don't forget that. Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/Exodus803. Don't forget Crossroads PlayStation Podcast Show with myself, Austin Campbell. And I am the host of Boss Rush After Dark, which Corey already gave the lowdown on how you can check that out. So think about being a patron and patronizing us, because we'd love it. And that's
Give
me.
Give us $1.
Wow.
I mean, just think about the things that you guys can make us do for $1. Just think about that.
I can do a lot of things for $1. I'm poor.
Wow.
I gotta send my 3-year-old to college someday. Stephanie, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Klimov, Klimov as in Victor _author. Other than here on Boss Rush Podcast, you'll find me on some episodes on Standard Def, especially the Disney animation episodes. And I've taken a brief hiatus from writing on the website, but I will be back soon. I just gotta crank out another novel.
Yeah, she's busy doing, living her dream. Okay.
It's turning into a nightmare, but I'm working.
Oh, wow.
No, it'll be cool when it's done. You just, dramatic reading. Patreon exclusive. Patreon exclusive.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Hot audiobook. Exclusive audiobook.
Yeah.
The
chapter
first
by
chapter.
Read. Yeah.
You can find me at IamCoreyHD on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me hosting Arsenal X, the Xbox podcast, and episodes of Standard Definition and some other things on the internet elsewhere. So, yeah, I don't know. I ran out of steam. I'm tired. Check out all of our content on bossrush.net. Like, subscribe, share, rate, and review wherever you consume our show. 5 stars, please. And thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.